Welcome to an exclusive tour of the Katara Cultural Village, a place the likes of which you will not see anywhere in the Middle East. The building you see there is the Katara metro station. That's right. This is the metro station, and at the back of it is the Lafayette Galleries, and we're about to enter 1,000,000 square meters of fantastic cultural space at West Bay and the prominent Pearl Qatar residential complex. This is as lush and as green a space as you'll find anywhere, not just in the Middle East, but the world. This gift box art piece has become synonymous with Katara Cultural Village, and today we're going to be doing an extensive visit across all of the different zones and spaces that make up this magnificent area. You've got amphitheatre, you've got beach, you've got beautiful courtyards, you've got the headquarters of all the various TV, radio stations, the Philharmonic Orchestra, the museum, home of hundreds of internationally renowned exhibitions. Qatar attracts over 10 million people a year, 10 million people since it opened in 2010-11, and since then it's been the cultural catalyst, the hub for everybody from the Middle East and beyond to come here to sample not just Qatari culture, but the visiting exhibitions, art groups, theatre groups, music productions, film festivals. Everything happens here, and unlike other places, you will not get to look at everything that's here in one day. So when you visit Qatar, when you visit the West Bay and the Pearl, make sure you schedule at least a couple of days so that you can get a good idea, a good feel of everything that is going on here, and you will not be disappointed, because in addition to everything that goes on here on a regular basis, the Football World Cup is added to that colour, noise, vibrancy and atmosphere that's rivaled anything that's been going on in the fan zones and in the souks and in the stadiums. This place really is a haven, an oasis, a green, idyllic, clean, in case you're wondering what's in the red gift box installation, it's basically a whole load of spaces for children. There's Candy Village, toy figures, Lego, Star Wars Lego, It's an interesting mix of building designs, from the traditional Qatari buildings to some modern influences from the Mediterranean, Roman, big columns, big open squares, lots of parking. And as I said, this place is the creative hub for Qatar and the Middle East. And as with a lot of these spaces, they have a particular character during the day, and then after dark it takes a different complexion. And like with a lot of things in this part of the world, it doesn't really get going until later in the afternoon, where the sun has set and it's a lot cooler. People are a bit more comfortable, they've had a rest, they've had a lie-in, a siesta, and then they come out here in the evening and the restaurants open themselves up. The cafes spill out into the big open spaces. There are lots of football themed installations, but this is one of the main avenues that leads you into the heart of Katara Cultural Village. It's a food hall, Asian restaurant, cafe. You can see in the distance the towers, the two towers. That's the Pearl Qatar, a magnificent man-made residential island, the most exclusive residential area in all of Qatar. Private clubs, golf club, sailing club, everything the There's a beautiful fountain that sits in the middle of the square next to Katara Hall, and this fountain comes to life after dark, and the water and the lighting provide a fantastic show. And there is a temporary stage that's been erected for the World Cup, where lots of activities that take place, and this place is full to the rafters after about 6 o'clock, and it goes on. Last night I understand it went on till about 4 in the morning. Local artists, international artists showcasing their talents. All of the major arts organizations, arts, culture, music organizations in Qatar are based here. The ballet, the music, the dance, the TV, radio stations, amateur theatres, orchestra, artists, and the places. If you're into the arts, then there are tons of galleries here that you can visit These galleries have exhibitions from around the world as well as from local artists, and permanent exhibitions about Qatar and Qatari life. As I said, this is somewhere you want to spend about a couple of days. Slow, gentle walks. You can wander in and out of this. It's perfectly polished and clean. Avenues and boulevards. This is also home of the Qatar Fine Arts Association. There are people there showcasing their talents. There are restaurants tucked in amongst all the different buildings, and people are showcasing and selling their arts and crafts and jewellery, gift boxes, handicrafts, hats, crochet. This is a proper family area. This is where you can bring your children and they will have things to do and you will have things to see and do. This is my first time here looking at this in this level of detail. I've come and I've passed. So at the moment Qatar has something called Qatar Creates, and you can buy a pass, and this pass allows you access to lots of different facilities, Qatari arts, museums, galleries, and we have a history of Palestinian embroidery. I'd love to go in there and have a look, but I just need to do this walk around just to give you a flavour of the types of things that are here, so that when you come you can take all of these different areas and see them for yourself in more detail. So evidence of the football. This particular gift shop is taking advantage of the tourists. Insania Humanitarian Fund, so this is a charitable organisation. Al Millionaire, and we have a gift shop. There's plenty of those. You've got these small alleyways that lead you onto the different quarters in this area, and again you need to come here. So I understand this is the Olympic Museum, and also lots of Exploring Islam exhibitions going on here, mosque visits that have been organised for visitors throughout this World Cup, and people from all over the world have been able to come and see Qatari culture, Islamic culture. Plenty of restaurants and cafes, and the setting is beautiful with a beach. We're approaching the beach. You'll see Katara beach, very, very famous. Entrance to the amphitheatre. It's been hosting Dr. Zakir Naik, who's been giving talks in this theatre every night for the past 26, 27 days of the World Cup. Lots more people showcasing their talents. This is a picture that you'll see a lot of in Doha. Sheikh Tamim, the leader of the Qatari government hierarchy. So we're going to step out of the main square and head towards Katara beach. This is truly a wonderful space, and I've only got a limited amount of time, so I'm going to have to do this during the day, but as I've already said, if you come here at night time, then this is truly breathtaking. The lights, the shows, everything comes to life, and it sits in the shadows of the Pearl Qatar, and you can see the dough boats exhibited right across here. This is what made Qatar, this is what still makes Qatar, and Katara is trying to capture all of this so that when people come here they can see the new and they can see the old. And it's a great contrast actually. You can see at the back there 5-star, 6-star hotels of West Bay, and in the forefront you got the beach and the Corniche, and there is the amphitheatre. Some 5,000 people sitting there watching, listening to Dr. Zakir Naik over the last 25 days or so. A huge space, huge space. As I said, roughly 10 million people visit this area of Doha every year, and it's become a catalyst for people interested in coming to learn about Qatar and the Qatari culture. And the Katara village over there extends out and in. There are many lanes and avenues and walks that takes you into very different sections of arts and music and dance from this part of the world, as well as from other parts of the Middle East and beyond. So I'll venture out this next level. Again, I just want to give you a sample. I can't go around all of this area because it will take me hours, but I just want to give you a sample of what happens here on a daily basis. And don't think that this is just purely put on for football, as I've mentioned in many videos. This is actually what happens here throughout the year. Exhibitions, performances, lectures. And it's 3:30 in the afternoon. The sun is still out. It's very warm. It's about 26 degrees today. Nice breeze coming from the Arabian Gulf. And it's busy. But it's not busy in the sense that people are on top of each other. There is so much space. Huge, wide promenades, boulevards. But when you have hundreds of thousands of people, you can still avoid all of that and just wander at your leisure. I love Katara. Every time I come to Doha, I always make a point of coming here because there's always something new that's happening or being shared. It's things like this. There's somebody creating it's like one of the stadiums. Very talented pavement artists. Beautiful restaurants, Mediterranean, Arab. Seafood is particularly big here. Speciality seafood restaurants here, which again is a favourite of mine. Give me prawns any day and you can make me do pretty much anything. And as well as the restaurants that are fronting the beach, you've got beautiful specialist cuisine restaurants tucked away at the back. And then you've got a oud museum here as well, fragrance. So you can go in there and you can see how oud is made, how it's preserved. There you are. These people couldn't care less. The football didn't quite go the way of the Moroccans last night, but they don't care now. They're going into the third place playoff, and the rest of these people are just sitting there eating, drinking shisha without a care in the world. And again, just in the background there, the exclusive West Bay resort, and beyond that you've got the Doha city centre, and of course customary big screen TVs here everywhere, not to mention the FIFA official merchandise shops. And this sort of winds its way around the beach, the Corniche. I've done a separate video on the Corniche. I didn't come as far as this. I stopped at Doha city centre and the Hilton. This continued to West Bay, the Pearl, and of course Katara. That's the Pearl behind me. Katara sandwiched behind West Bay and the Pearl. So often when you come here, you're taken in by everything that you can see immediately, but actually there are some hidden gems in the back of the main buildings, restaurants, cafes, fashion. There is a United Qatar Fashion Festival going on at the moment, and you've got fashion shows, designers exhibiting all their styles and ideas. So these paraglider guys have been going around Pearl, West Bay all day today, doing all sorts of wonderful maneuvers. Just capture a little bit for you. We'll see if we can get them when they come back again. But going back to the fashion shows that are also happening, just happens to coincide with the World Cup, but the two are so I'll give you a quick glimpse of the beach. Beautiful clean beach, golden sand, blue waters. And again you can see the parachute guys formed again a line over West Bay, and they're probably coming round this way if we're lucky. Just to give you an idea of some of the private spaces. There we are, they're coming round our way. This is an extra treat that I hadn't planned for. There you go. This is the Qatari army actually. The World Cup final actually coincides with Qatar National Day, 18th of December. So not only are we going to see the showpiece event in the world football calendar, but we're going to see, oops, my finger just got in the way of the camera, but the Qatari National Day is going to coincide with the World Cup final, so we're going to see a whole host of things, of course relating to the final between Argentina and France, but also an added dimension of the Qatar National Day celebrations, which will be no doubt some of that will make its way into the closing ceremony. And there you are, just lovely beaches. Kids absolutely love this area, and we're going to walk all the way now, but effectively you can see beyond these two buildings you've got the Doha city centre, and then this beach just goes round the St Regis building all the way around, and over there you can see the Pearl. So thought I'll give you a glimpse. Lots of people, fans, parents, children. It's beach football. I've got some of our media would have told you that there's absolutely nothing to do here, nothing to see. It's all very boring. All down to the fact that you can't have a drink, apparently, and therefore life ceases to exist. It's the butt of all the jokes. Mainly, the Europeans have been ridiculed for trying to present Qatar as some sort of backward society. None of them have clearly come to these places. None of these people have come to check out these beautiful beaches. Said water sports is a huge recreation here. Every conceivable water sport you can participate in, both in West Bay and at the Pearl. And when you come out here, there are lots of tour groups, organisations that will. Here are these Qatar Army guys. Wow. We're seeing the white and purple of Qatar. Smoke filling the skyline over the Pearl, the Katara and West Bay. So just going back to the point about some of our Western media making out that this is a very dry. It is dry because it's hot. But it's very dry because there isn't alcohol here. I think people that are here, the people that have come here, and people that have seen this place for themselves will tell you that actually they've had a great time without having to make alcohol the focal point of all their enjoyment and pleasure. And it's not that people can't have a drink. All of these buildings you see, all of these hotels you see, I've got, be careful how I word this, but they are got some of the best bars. Not that bars can be particularly good, because all they're doing is trying to get people drunk, but what I mean is some of these 5-star restaurants or bars and clubs for people of all interests to come and enjoy, if that is what their enjoyment involves. And the 5,000 or 6,000 England fans that came to Qatar to watch England leave at the quarter-final stage were all based at the Doha Radisson. The Doha Radisson, as these guys are coming very close to us, literally going over the top of us. But basically, all the England fans decided that they'll congregate in one hotel complex, the Radisson Doha, all 5,000 of them, almost all of them, and basically drink themselves stupid all day long. I popped over there, left my phone in the car, and what I saw there was, yes, lots of people having a drink, having a laugh, music, dance, food. But actually, I've seen it all, we've seen it all, we see it all the time. There's nothing particularly interesting or atmospheric about it. There's just a whole bunch of people getting together and having a drink and getting plastered. Really think that, mate, they missed a trick. They missed all of this. They could have come to a place like this, learn about arts, music, culture. And they decided to stay inside. Well, inside, outside is a big complex. And just drink, 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 drink. And then turn up to the game, go straight back, drink some more. And that was a routine for England fans. The 25,000 expats, Brits that live here in Doha will of course tell you a very different story. They've been here long enough, they know and understand exactly how this culture works, and they're very, very comfortable here. Many of them you meet and you see, they love it so much, and you say to them, if you go back home, home, this is home. So I've come to the lower promenade next to the beach, and again, very, very pleasant in the afternoon sunshine. Lovely sea breeze coming off West Bay. All of these beach hut type shops selling various items for tourists, arts, jewellery, paintings, stuff made out of shells. Look at that. Fantastic sight, fantastic. There you are. This is what made Qatar. This is what it made famous for, and this is what made them money. And this is why they're where they are today. Because they have diversified now, gas, oil, tourism. Again, just to make the point that Katara village attracted over 10 million people last year. It's like some sort of fish teeth. And this area was, for many, many years, the focal point for the fishermen. This is where they're living, using these dough boats. They'd go out into the sea, or fish for pearl. And very soon they discovered that they had something that no one else did. And today, Qatar has the highest GDP per capita of anywhere in the world. Roughly 300,000 of the locals, making up about 12% of the population. The rest are foreigners who live here, work here, and who have built this place to what it is today. The Qataris understand, appreciate this. Not more ironmongery. There's somebody making some nets. Are they money boxes or are they lights? No idea, but yeah, and you can see that there are a lot of pots and pans and utensils from their past, and this guy here is making some stuff for the future. I had hoped that I would get around from Katara towards the Pearl, but I'm just doing this so slowly, and I'm pausing so often that I don't think I'll make much progress, and I'll be able to show you everything in one go. So this is going to have to be in various parts. So we'll call this, there you go, the amphitheatre at the back there. Huge crowds over the last 25-26 days coming to listen to Dr. Zakir Naik. Spices, cinnamon, chili, weaved mats. They're selling everything here. This is authentic. This is authentic Qatar, in the most man-made of all places, sandwiched between West Bay and the Pearl. So the old sandwich between the very modern. So they've done it very, very well. It really does sit comfortably, sits very well, showcasing their past, their history, and their culture. This is available throughout the year, so whenever you come, you'll see this and many, many other things. This guy's opening up the oysters. Got some sort of a band working their way through. And like the culture here, men just sit around, they smoke, they drink tea, and they relax. Stuff handicrafts, rugs, mats. Oh, this is interesting. Write your name on a grain of rice. Let's have a look. Let's have a look. A grain of rice. How big can it be?
والاسم قديش 50 ريال. تجي طوق معدن او طوق اسود او شكلها فتيحه واسود. اذا 6 اشكال ب5 فيك تختاري اللي بتحبه. الاسم بتسجل عليها؟ لا طبعا. هلا هي عينه مساوي قطر لطبعا. وهذا عمر اصلي. بس مو قديم ما له قيمه. قديش حكى؟ 5.
You're going to write a name on a grain of rice? What does it look like?
Like this one inside here, piece of rice, right in Qatar.
That's a rice?
Yeah.
So a closer look. Okay, interesting. There's somebody selling some sort of food and drink. Not to miss a trick. World Cup fever. It's touched everyone. And that's great. Everybody's embraced this World Cup here. Everybody's... So the traditional dough festival, the boat festival, takes place here. Very integral to Qatari culture. The dough boats are the stuff that people go out fishing, pick up the oysters in the hope of finding the elusive pearls. Again, more arts, handicrafts. The best thing about, no, there are lots of good things about this place, Qatar. As I said, I like coming here. The best thing about it is you just walk, and we've walked over there. The sun is going to be setting in about half an hour or so. But the thing I love about it is you're so close to the water, the beach, and even in the temperature that we've got at the moment, which is about 24, 25 degrees, the sea breeze provides such refreshing comfort. There we go, the sun behind us, and the waves are there's plenty of places for you to sit and have a coffee. As I said, if I'm still here over the next hour or so, I'll come back after sunset and give you a flavour of what this place looks and feels like after the sun goes down.
I like
Just grinding some sort of powder. It's coconut. He's weaving a basket. Handmade sandals. Some mats, I thought they were Mexican hats. So you could easily double up as hats in the sun if you like. Coconut husks, probably. Ropes made from the smell in this place is wonderful. Got people cooking all sorts of foods. Got some samosas here. I've got to have a couple of samosas, surely. Let me just finish this, and I'll go around. I did see samosas on another stall. It's a lovely, gentle, calm, peaceful walk, even with all of these people. So Qatar has gone very big on arts and culture. The new Qatar National Museum that opened a couple of years ago is a great place for you to go and have a look. The National Museum of Qatar, separate to the Qatar National Museum. Never quite understood that. Confuses a lot of people, but they're two different organisers, two different museums. There you are, more samosas and pakoras. Can't go wrong, I'm going to have to come back here. This is too tempting. Sweets, burgers, pancakes, Indian samosas. And the fans in this World Cup is characterised. This World Cup is characterised by all these robes that have been designed in the team colours, and fans from around the world have embraced them, wore them. You can see them all over Doha. It's an exhibition. Pearl trade exhibition. So these guys having picked the pearls, they're sitting together, measuring their sizes. The values very much depend on the size, weighing them. This would be a typical scene from 30, 40, 50 years ago, when the fishermen would bring back their oysters, and these businessmen would sit here and go through the finer detail. A load of equipment used to measure and pick, magnify and study the quality of the pearl. So this should have given you a good flavour of the seafront activities of Katara Beach. Make sure you come here when you're visiting Qatar and Doha. Very easy to find information about it everywhere. Sandwiched between West Bay and the Pearl Qatar, man-made island of exclusive residential accommodation, restaurants, cafes. So we'll end this tour of Katara beachfront, and I'll then go off and make a couple of separate videos for some of the other interesting things that are here and going on during this World Cup, and which are here throughout the year. I hope you enjoyed this walk around. See you again soon.